Welcome back to Be Productive. I am your host, Clara Capano. Talking about compliance and following the rules is not always the sexiest and flashiest thing to talk about, but it is critical because here at Be Productive, we are talking with industry experts and we are talking about how we can watch that bottom line. And the more that we can show up with purpose, intention, and focus, that's really where the magic happens. And the magic isn't going to happen unless we are operating at a high level of compliance. So to talk with us about how we can stay compliant and how we can really work to educate our team on staying compliant in the workspace, I have my friend Chase Traffica here from Turner Insurance and Policies here to talk with us about some issues with compliance webinars. So Chase, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Claire. It's great to be here.
You got it. So, you do a lot with your company about helping people maintain compliance and maintain safety so that they can, again, operate at the highest levels possible. Therefore, again, really being productive and purposeful in all they do. One of the best ways that we can do this and to stay connected with people on a global and nationwide level is through technology, namely webinars. So, talk to us a little bit about some of the compliance webinars that you are doing in your company and how you are using these to stay connected as well as keeping your people updated with some of the latest trends.
Right, absolutely. So we use these internally and externally for our clients. We've just seen an uptick, obviously, in technology since COVID, people working remotely. So we've seen an opportunity where we can go in and instead of individually having an hour meeting, we can have that same meeting with dozens of people, hundreds at times when we're talking to clients that can cover those topics, and they can do so in 30 to 45 minutes. It saves time, it keeps people interactive, and it also reaches broader audiences.
Yeah. What I love about the webinars, and you hit on this with the broader audiences, is sometimes the way that someone is doing it in one city may be a little bit different than another city. And by bringing all the different regions and areas together, you can really get different perspectives that might help everybody level up and, just impact everybody. So when you're doing these webinars, what are some of the topics? Can you give us an idea of a few of the topics that you encourage companies to have?
Yeah, absolutely. So, touching on that point, I think sometimes businesses will have a tendency to do something so well, they forgot what they started doing that got them to that point. When this happens, complacency can set in, or just outright a lack of being able to change and innovate. So, a lot of times our webinars can be about compliance, but they can also be about best practices. So anytime we can put on a webinar for, let's say, the construction industry, and we can say, hey, here's what we're seeing from, we have over 150 clients. So we can bring best practices in from 100 to 120 of those clients into one virtual room and share those ideas, whether it be safety, risk management, whether it be employee benefits, or topics like forklift safety. Those things can be shared throughout the group, and it really manages to be able to give everybody a little more insight into what they're doing day to day.
Can you give us any examples, maybe of a success story of maybe a training that you had with a company and how that impacted them long term in the success of their company and maybe their bottom line?
Absolutely. So we had a client that was very much stressing about a visit from OSHA. They had not had a visit from OSHA in quite a while. They did not understand the audit process. They didn't understand where the violations and the trends had started to navigate towards when OSHA came into a business.
Mm.
That week, we had an OSHA webinar where we had a OSHA professional come on and kind of just walk through the entire audit process. Talk a little bit about what they were looking for, what they were seeing, and points of emphasis. And we were able to go out and say, hey, let's do a pre-audit, what OSHA would do when they came in, and we went through it, found some places they could improve. They fixed those things, and then when OSHA came in, they were very much ready which 2 weeks previous they would not have been. And, whether it was fines or penalties, they might have been levied against. So that was a very, a situation where they were able to use the webinar and put it into practice, and it helped them financially as well.
I really love that example because, when you have, you know, a government agency like OSHA coming in, it is, and it can be very overwhelming and scary for people to go in, and being able to meet with them ahead of time like you did to build the confidence in your clients. So again, not only did the meeting go better, but I would imagine that they went in there with a certain degree of higher confidence, and I'm sure that that was felt on the other side as well. So again, I love that you're partnering with your people, not just when there is a problem, but helping them to again prepare so that they can, really make sure that they are, hitting things head on and having that strength and confidence. Now, when we're doing these webinars, what is the role and what is the impact that these webinars can also have for a company when it comes to a company preparing for risk management and also trying to determine some of the planning that they need to do as far as what insurance coverage they might need?
Yeah, absolutely. So a huge part of what we try to do, and it kind of goes away from the norm, is we don't want somebody from our company giving an advertisement about our company. We really try to help people and bring in experts, sort of like you do on your show, where you say, hey, tell us what you're seeing in the industry. How can we help our clients, and what they can do in a day-to-day situation that will really help them navigate any trials or tribulations they may have coming. So anytime we can bring on an expert and speak to our clients, we try to do so. I also think that anytime you can come in and bring a program or a technology or a any kind of sister company that may be able to help them with these programs, that is, a third party, not associated with us, but they really can help their business. I think that's very impactful as well.
You hit something so key and so important that I'm really hoping the viewers heard, and it's this idea of value.
Mhm.
Part of the value we deliver is the strategic partnerships that we build, and that is what I hear that you and your company are doing. It's not just about your singular products, it's about again pairing them with your other partnerships so that the companies that you work with not just get the strength of you, but get the strength of your network. And that's really, again, what you are bringing in. It's not just your individual company, it's the years of experience and the relationships that you have built. So, again, I love that the idea that you are doing that to make sure that everybody is getting the best of the best and really being able to educate them at a high level. So, Chase, tell us a little bit, because I know your company's been around for almost 100 years. So, tell us a little bit about where we can learn more about your company and some of the services that you can provide.
Absolutely. So if you go to turnerfirst.com, we actually just got a rehaul of our website. So all of the links are there, whether you need insurance, risk management, surety help, or even, go to our webinars and learn something for free as well. So that is at turnerfirst.com.
Beautiful. Well, Chase, thanks so much for being here. And for all of you that are watching, again, make sure that you are staying connected with your people. With the age of technology, it is easy. So make sure that you are connecting with them. Again, just as he said, these meetings don't have to be boring. They can be really tactical. It's a great way for you to connect, network, educate, inform, and make it very interactive. But all the things that you do today are really going to help to empower your team and your company for tomorrow. And remember, we're here as strategic partners. So let's make sure that we are bringing the value and we are strengthening everyone so that we can be elevated together. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break for more Be Productive.